Hi, my name is Armando Cardoso. I'm the owner of Vintage Mío Records here in Waco, Texas. And first and foremost, thank you for all the supporters out there for following me on the Vintage Mío YouTube channel. Today, super excited to present an interview that took part in late of 2024 with a band that came into the shop, primarily Trail Pharaoh from the Vandoliers, and since then we've established a really good relationship. But during this interview we talked a little bit about record collecting and music, the band itself, and some nonprofit organizations that are dear to them. So sit back, enjoy, and let me know what you think.
Hi, I'm Josh Fleming. It's my buddy Trail Pharaoh. We're in the Vandoliers. We formed in 2015 in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. From there, we've put out 4 full-length albums, and I get to play all of my favorite shows with all of my favorite country and punk bands because I live in 2 worlds. Whose record collection is bigger? Mine.
Know. Yeah, you saw mine today.
I did.
It's not that much.
Yeah. I have accumulated, not a record store's worth, but it is bigger than Trey's. Trey has better taste in music.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why. Trey knows more music than I do. I am constantly learning new music, but I tend to obsess over things. So if I find something I like, I will just listen to that for a year straight. I'll just listen to the same record over and over and over, and it's really hard to get me to like do something. Yeah. So like I have things that I'm obsessed over. I feel like Trey knows every lyric to every 90s country song ever made.
That's true. Josh would be definitely the primary, songwriter of Vandoliers. Like he's the say-all dude right there,
Yeah, the reason I chose COWPUNK is because I am a punk rock kid from a rural town, and I don't think that I'm alone in that. There's a lot of music culture in Texas to eat off of and be inspired by. But I grew up playing in punk bands, and that ethos just kind of bleeds through anything that I do. I never expected this band to be a 10-year band. I thought this was going to be a 1-show band or a 1-shipment of t-shirts band. But people bought the t-shirts and they came to the show and they really loved it, and I really loved doing it, and the band really loved doing it, so we just kept going.
It's kind of like my calling to do this. I tried to quit one time, and I really did. I sold all my drums, moved cities, and, I called it quits, because I thought I guess it was a pretty down time for me. I thought I was never going to do this again, or, but it's always going to come back to you, or at least it did for me. So will I stop anytime soon? Nah. Will I die doing this? Probably.
It's fun. Everybody thinks the rock star thing is the self-destructive route.
Drugs and rock and roll.
But when you take out those 2 factors and you just leave the music, and that becomes the most important thing, and that's the thing you're addicted to, then it really ups the game. I was at South by Southwest in 2019, and my rock bottom was I lost my voice during a really important time when I needed my voice. And that was my wake-up call. But it took me about 3 years to the point where I could actually quit drinking. So that was a journey in and of itself. I tried and failed so many times. I'm over 2 years now, which is amazing, and I love it. But every day is a day, and that's how we've had to be. Getting to that point is never pretty. And I think in all those moments you feel really hopeless and you feel really desperate, and you try to figure out where is the catalyst to my worries. And it's usually like, what's the least important thing that's eating the most money? And it ended up being my bar tab. I'll be real with you. I have been on a kick of putting my own boundaries out there. I've been a people pleaser my entire life. So because I quit drinking, one of the things that helped me quit drinking was I don't buy drinks, I don't serve people drinks, and I don't clean up alcohol.
Don't touch it.
I just don't touch it at all. My hands never meet a bottle, and if I do accidentally touch it, I go to the bathroom and I wash my hands and I start over as if I didn't touch it. I know that I'm a better singer, I'm a better songwriter, and I'm a better performer than I've ever been because I don't have any of that in my way anymore. And it's allowed me to, push the longevity of my career.
My rock bottom moment was probably, having a conversation with Josh when we were at Fort Myers, Florida. Mm-hmm. Was that the city? Mm-hmm. My wife had called Josh, and that never happens, right? So when you get the phone call, she's like, "Come sit down for a second. We're gonna have to have a talk."
I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah. So it kind of opened up my eyes a little bit there. I was getting really heavy as well because the amount of alcohol I was consuming was a lot. So I made it a point to myself to where I didn't want to become a person that, I don't know how else to say it, but I don't want to become a person that I used to know.
Some of the nonprofits that are special to both of us, Music Cares,
Music Health Alliance,
Foundation 45, Punk Rock Saves Lives.
Yeah, I can't forget about them either.
Yeah, those things are really important to us because we have made connections through music with people, and we are also people, and our lives are a little bit more public, so people kind of see us when we get depressed and all that stuff, but I can't really see every person in my fan base's mood all the time. So it's a really good way for us to be able to show that we care about certain foundations and subsects of people. The Punk Rock Saves Lives family has been incredible to us. They have two different sides. One is for bone marrow cancer treatment, which my uncle went through, so I can relate to that. But also with the mental health side, which I have also been through that personally.
Same.
So they've really given us a lot of different resources to go by. Foundation 45 is the same. Their groups are wonderful. I've been with that group since they formed in like the 2010s.
Yeah.
So those are the two big ones. Music Cares have changed both of our lives.
100%. Yeah. Mental health is, pretty important, and that I've kind of taken seriously in the past 6 or 8 months. I was kind of more on the fence of like, yeah, I need that. I can do it myself. I read a book or whatever. But, it's important. And people don't talk about it enough. So, there are resources out there like Music Cares and Punk Rock Saves Lives and Foundation 45 and Music Health Alliance and stuff like that. If their help is out there if you need it, just...
Absolutely. Yeah. And these are resources that... Some of those resources are geared towards musicians too.
Yes.
And going back to that systemic idea of that self-destruction is the path to success in music, it really counteracts that, and it's there to help musicians get to the next level by taking care of themselves and giving them health care, giving them the resources they need to get to therapy, to the dentist, all kinds of things. And the Music Health Alliance is very important to both of us.
Yeah.
We have the greatest fan base in the world. We pre-sold enough records that we hadn't even made yet 2 weeks before we were supposed to be in the studio. And we raised enough money to go to Sonic Ranch outside of El Paso with Ted Hutt, who recorded Drunken Lullabies by Flogging Molly, won a Grammy for Remedy by Old Crow Medicine Show, Gaslight Anthems, the 59 Sound, all these massive records, all of the Dropkick Murphys records from the last 10 years.
A lot of my favorite artists.
Pretty much,
he's done.
Yeah, pretty much everything that has influenced me, he's been the man behind the helm. And for the last 2 years, I've been working with him on the songs and keeping him in the loop, and I finally figured out how to make it happen, and we figured out how to make it happen. Our fans did it. Went out to the studio for 2 weeks, recorded an album that pushed all of us outside of our comfort zones.
100%.
I walked out of there a better musician. I'm a much better writer, and it's opening doors that have never been open for us. It's been really, really great. It's special. I can't wait to make another one.
Hope you enjoyed the interview with the Vandoliers as much as I did. Now, if you like what you saw, please, as a reminder, subscribe and like and share the page. Super grateful. And again, you could always find me at vintagemio.com, Facebook, Vintage Mío Records, and Instagram, as well as TikTok. But again, if you're local, stop on by at 108 South 6th Street, Waco, Texas 76701.